think I should try it there first. I'm pretty sure I may have seen it in a box in the bags. But I'm gonna try at the top first. Oh. This is my this is a Christmas pudding I bought from Mars. It's so cute. I have to remember it's there because otherwise I'll overlook it. You done that. There's not so much stuff up here. You just need a ladder to get to the area. My pocket's bent. So it doesn't seem to be up here. So it's sort of what I suspected. Unless it's in this. Oh, I've already checked this side. So I'll just double check this box at the back. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have anything in it. Has something in it. Oh shit, that was my camera. Fudge. That was my $2,000 camera that actually cost $7,000 if I wasn't buying it special. Oh, that's my expensive camera. I can't do that to that. Oh. Haven't used it so far because I don't really know how to use a camera. But I'll use it someday. I bought it because I like to take photos, but I have to do a course so I know how to use it. Or I need to learn how to read the directions, but it doesn't have a good focus on the inner eye. So you can usually see a blur of how focused it is, but it just looks blurry no matter how you turn it. So I'm like, well, that's a really sucky thing. It's kind of a suck feature. A suck feature, you know. Oh, so that took forever. No, I think it took a couple of minutes. Put this down here. What size is this? They're both medium bags, so that's exactly what I need. So I was going to put these in the presents section. I'm just not sure who I'm giving these to at the moment. This is my smile box. I haven't hardly used it though. I wasn't sure whether I want to use it because it makes your teeth feel weird, and I almost want a perfect smile. I almost do want to use it, but I'm not sure if it works as well as it pledges it does. And it seems like a candy pop item, like something that you might use but might not work so well. Because already, like, your feet do want to fight the unnatural movement of reforming them. So, and I don't really like the idea of denting your gums and stuff. So, but I like the idea of having a good smile. That's why I'm holding on to it, even though I haven't used it yet. I like the idea of a good smile. So I might use it. I don't know. If I ever want to do modeling, I might just use it. So I'm really sort of making up my mind about it. It's really hard to do things like that because you think the products are not perfect and they won't work so well, or you'll do it and have to depend on it every day. And it's like, if I don't, I'm like, I probably don't really need it. I mean, I look atrocious in pictures now. I used to have a nice face, but now it's like everything is like, I'm like completely overweight still. I have to buy some scales or find my scale somewhere because I'm just wondering how fat I actually am. I often just, when I go off the scales, you know, my weight can slip up and down and I might feel okay, but I might actually be fatter than what I was. But I have a little tissy fit going on in my mind often. It's like I was treated very atrociously when I had lost all my weight, and now that my other relatives are losing their weight, they're fine, you know, they're supported by my parents. But when I lose weight, it's like a huge bit of feud that costs me my good health, and which I've been struggling with. So I would rather be able to have all my good health back. And I knew it was just jealous bitterness. It didn't have any place in reality, so it's not like I was ever anorexic. But you know, my relatives, even with vitamin deficiencies, you know, I'm just listening to garbage about how educated they are and how positive they are, and Whereas for me, I was sick and ugly and anorexic, and I had all these bitter words coming at me. I didn't have anyone say, "Oh, I think you're actually positive." Everyone's like bitter and awful, and I knew they were just like knocking me back. They've done the same thing with my money. They've heard from someone that I have money and kicked, and they picked up a feud and didn't leave it go, and it cost me all my money. And even when I had a job, everyone was like, "No, don't stay in Melbourne, come up to Brisbane, have a holiday." I was like, "No offense, I have a job." And they're like, "No, we're not going to support you." And so everyone's just screwing me around all the time. So it seems like I'm going to be the screwed up one forever, because everyone just feels like it. So that's why I'm a little bitter at everyone. I just sort of want to... Well, the other day, you know how you have that feeling on your spine, like you just want to disappear? I sort of wanted to disappear the other day, because I'm putting up with bad manners, and every time there's an argument, it's like they just say, "Oh, we just really hate you," and I've been perfectly nice to everyone, and so it just seems to be the thing, that how they want to treat me. And then they forget about it. Like they say, "Oh, that's crazy, I never called you anorexic," and it was a total 10-year bitter feud of them feuding against me. And they're like, "Oh no, that never happened, I never called you sick," and and stuff. So I just wish I had a camera, then I could have, at least put it on YouTube. Have all the real side, all the stupid mental trips. But now they're like, "Oh no, we're a perfect family. We're like so well grounded, and we have, a total level opinion of everyone and stuff." And they've totally, crushed my whole entire life, with their negative opinions. Like, I used to like to go bushwalking, and I used to say, "Don't yell at me, I love to go bushwalking, I want to go bushwalking forever." And it's like, what do I want to do? They want to keep screaming at me until I've had a heart failing, But whatever I want, they don't want me to have. If I want money, they don't want me to have it. If I want a career in a certain direction, they don't want me to have it. They're actually fighting. They're just fighting me. And it's like, they're just screwing me over, really. So these are all the Christmas presents. So I'm going to put them in the next room so that I don't have them mingle. Yeah, but like I was thinking, like the way my relative is acting, I wouldn't be surprised if they, get the opportunity to be a model, because no one's fighting them. It's like all support when you're on the right team. And so I'm sort of like saying, well, everyone's on the A team, isn't it? Like there's an A team in the world, and they're obviously on the right wing or something, because I just got assaulted, and and now that there's only one A team in the possibility of getting something, then it wouldn't surprise me, people who are just on the right team just get all the opportunities. I mean, they totally shut me out, so I mean, in a more like level, non-feuding and level-headed, and everyone supporting and saying, "Oh, isn't that person so, supportive and iconic, and so this and that." And it's like, you're just like this bone, just kidding yourself whenever you do something. So you've got all the bitterness and all the hate and all the people throwing bombs at you everywhere. So. These are cookies. They're going to go in the relative I hate most. All I get is sweets, like a cookie. So I just feel like I've been done, you know, and everyone's comfortable now, and I have no opportunities, and you know, too old to even get a job probably, and not like I ever was wanted to work, but you know, I was never one to work anyway. So, well, that's how I sort of feel like right now. And you could change all it has to change is, and you know, I have an opportunity open that actually works for you. It's like, well, so at least I'm not saying anything to anyone. I'm just sort of sitting there, just vacantly, just sort of knowing that you've been screwed without saying it. Because, you know, people do fight the people who they hate the most, and they don't want them to do any good, and you don't ever do good. You just, I don't know, float around, do nothing. So what, you know, floating around doing nothing. Ugh, that smells. I know that. I thought it did. But I'm sort of, you know, I get sick of it, you know, being targeted with negativity, and like I said, I just want to move away from everyone, because I think it's really stupid how I stay close to people who just blindly hate you, and they only tell you once in a while that they do, but you know, that's sort of what you've been fighting. Someone else's hate, you know, because you're not on their team, and you're not on the right team, and they say, oh, they always say that you're not doing things the right way, and the right way is no way unless you're on the A team. I'm not, so. Jeez, this thing's getting really hard to find. I hope it's down here somewhere. It's impossible. I don't think it's here. I have no idea where I put this stupid thing. I'll keep checking. I just can't even think where I could have put it. Like, really weird. I'm getting down to the crux of the bottom. Yes, here it is. Here it is. I put it in a box. Oh, I found it. Look at that. Put it in this dirty box. I might need this box. I might just vacuum this while it's, I should vacuum it. I really shouldn't leave it. It's just got all my stuff piled. It's very rare for me to find the bottom of a cupboard. I'll just have to leave it for now. I wish I could vacuum it though. There's so much stuff over here. Oh. Still, it needs a good vacuum. I'll just screw it for today. I'll find the bottom again someday. Yeah, like I said, I know calling everyone the A-team is like possibly annoying, just as annoying as being called anorexic, but it's true. I mean, people do go for each other when they know each other and to support each other. You only get negative when you're not being supported by anyone, and everyone knows it, so that's what I think anyway. So I got this huge, I mean, everyone was lying to call me anorexic. I look fit because I was doing weights and stuff. But I was still given a really hard time, and like I said, I had a stress-induced heart failing, and it might have been caused by someone trying to intrude upon my personal space, but I was also under stress because people were calling me names for years. And it just decided to give up. So it just made me unhappy, and it harmed my health. And, everyone just, they treat you like a cartoon, they treat it like it's easy to rebound, and that I should be able to just do the things that I usually did when I was full of health. And they don't care about your apparent ill health. They call it a lie, they call it many things, but they don't care that you had your good health and now you have less than good health, So I just get ignored no matter what. My parent gave me a lecture against not wanting to eat out. She's like, I don't know why you don't want to go out to restaurants. And she was like saying, oh, well, you won't go out to a restaurant for some reason. And it's like, yeah, for some reason, like, you have like a heart failing and it's just some stupid reason. It's like, but now both my parents and everyone says, oh, and we never called you names. We never called you anorexic. We never said you were, needed psychological help. So they just give themselves a clean slate and stuff. So if you're ever stuck in that, you're better off just finding the cheapest rent you can get and just leaving, because I was just hanging around, but I should have just gone to the country or whatever. And I don't know where the cheapest rent is, but you're just better off being there. But I wanted my first rent to be my own place, and it wasn't, and I lost all my money on rent. So maybe you're not better off renting. Maybe you're just better off just buying your house without a job. So my problem is that my parents didn't give me my school money, and I didn't sign permission to get money for going to school until halfway through year 11. And somehow I spent all that money. Somehow I was like doing my own shopping. Like I had to buy my own food, and I went to movies a little bit, and somehow that sort of spent all the money, the $12,000 or however much I got for from school. And so by the end of school, I had very little money. Like I had pretty much no money. I think I had a few $100s, maybe 1,000. Either way, I didn't have enough money to spend 20 grand at college, which is what you're supposed to do next after school. And everyone's like, "Oh, we didn't think you'd go to college. We didn't think you were smart. We didn't think you could read." And I'm like, whatever. You know, I wasn't keen on school, but I did have the opportunity to go to college, and I couldn't pick it up because no one had saved any money, and I didn't have any money, and I didn't think I could get a job quick, which is true. I couldn't get a job quick, so lucky I didn't put myself under debt. And at the time, they didn't have that plan where the government pays for the money, pays the money or whatever, pays for the course until you earn over the threshold of money. I don't think they did anyways. Maybe they did, but I don't think they did. And it's weird how things change. When I finished school, they were only just introducing the concept of email forms and stuff. So whereas now you would expect email to be more used and more professional or whatever, but so it's really weird how times change. Like the things that you take for granted, even in the part that have been developed even in the past 10 years or 15 years or whatever, you know, are just commonplace now. But at the time, everyone was still confused whether they wanted to receive letters by mail or letters by email. So, but now it's like email, like everyone just automatically says email. So I have no idea if I'll end up using this, but sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. So I'm not sure if I should or if I shouldn't. So I just keep it in my cupboard, still in my box, until I feel like using it, I guess. But the bad thing is that I press the button to count down the days, and you know, it puts pressure on you to actually use your kits. But I don't know why I stopped. I stopped because I wasn't sure if it was any good or something, and maybe I was just being stressed, but maybe I should do it just because no one really likes gap teeth, and I have them, and it's supposed to get rid of all of them. So maybe I should do it. I don't know, but I didn't quite want to do it because it sort of makes you feel weird when you go to bed. You know, it feels like a bother, and it sort of makes you wonder why you should do it. You've already lived half your life looking like the way you do, and why not? But then you realize one day, oh, maybe I should do like modeling or something to get money, even just advertising, and they all like straight teeth, if not, you know, good faces. And I'm like, if I did ever want to do modeling, not like I'd be like great for it, but if I ever did, it'd be like at least that, you know, straight teeth are better than not straight teeth. But I don't really want to do modeling. I never really liked it, but I still have my financial issues, and at least it's an opportunity. But I have to get thin, and I'm just saggy baggy. Look at that. Yeah, it's a little saggy baggy. But not as saggy baggy as it was 2 years ago when I first came here. So I'm losing weight, but it's just like at the moment it's like you're at the point where it's like, oh, I'm always gonna look bad, you know. It's not true. But I'm never the perfect weight. Like, they tried to get rid of me as size 10 weight. And everyone's bitching. You should be a size 8 and under and weighing 50 kilos and under. And they find out you're weighing 65. It's like, that's just ridiculous, you know. So it sort of put a little community threat against me too. It's like, oh, you're not size 8, you're not 50 kilograms and under. And they don't even look at your positive side. And positive size 10 is almost exactly like a size 8, just a little bit more cushy. And everyone's pretending like I'd be perfect. If only I'd just get my weight down, like it's like an easy walk. When it's a lot of hard work. Even a size 10 is a hard work. Even a size 12 is a hard work. Your size 14 is, even size 14 is work. Not hard work, but some work. So no one realized all these weights that you're supposed to compress yourself into are actually, you know, you never gave up. You just don't happen to be the same weight. So. And everyone's like, oh, you gave up, you're not the same weight. And it's like, it's, you know, treating you like crap when you're actually still trying. You know, size 10, I was still going to gyms. You know, and someone who's psychic will go, oh, you're not going to the pool, you know, is the only thing that got your weight down before. And you're like, well, it's lucky it got my weight down, otherwise it'd be just a normal medium size. You know, they're talking about a one-off weight, which didn't last long, and telling me that I don't, and they're probably saying, oh, but she's so lazy, she's not bothering to do any exercise, and I have a modeling contract for her, and it's like,